Pathfinding is a nice feature of MyGIS. Pathfinding needs a transportation network. I'm going to demonstrate how to create a transportation network and find the best paths in MyGIS. This map is the City of Flagstaff Straight Centerline map. If you're not sure whether a transportation network has been built for the layer or not, you can simply click the Set Original Destination button. Then a message box opens. If a transportation network has been built for the layer, then you can click Yes to load it. Otherwise, a Build Network dialog opens. If you know that a transportation network has not been built for the layer, then you can go to the layer and right-click on it in My GDB catalog and select Build Transportation Network to open the dialog. So the straight layer that I'm going to create a transportation network is this layer, and then we need to specify a few fields for creating a network. The first field is one-way field. Since I know that there's no one-way information in this layer, so I'm going to leave this default value here. So all rows are two ways. The second field to specify is the cost field. The default field for this one is the length. You don't necessarily need to have a field or column named length in the attribute table. The system will automatically calculate the distance or the length of every road segment. So let me just leave the length as default. And the other fields are used for creating trip directions. Let me select a street prefix direction field, a street name field, and a street type field. Click OK to start creating a transportation network. This takes a moment to finish. Alright, a network has been successfully built. Now we are ready to find the paths. So let me set an origin and a destination, and click the Find Path. So the shortest path between the two locations are found, and you can click the trip direction to find the turn by turn directions. In this example, the total distance is 3.8 miles since the map is in the state plane coordinate system with the distance unit feet. So the trip direction gives the miles in the total for total distance. Let me click the clear path to clear this path. If you know the address of the locations, then you can directly click the Find Path button. So because this is the first time we are using the geocoder, we need to set up the geocoder. So let me set the geocoder. A geocoder has already been created. So let me just load the geocoder. Now we can enter addresses. For example, if we want to travel from an address named 1234 North Beaver Street and to another address. Let me just figure out an address like 888 Lone Star Trail. Alright, so the shortest path between the two addresses is found here. You can find the directions also. This works fine if all the street segments are two-way streets. But if a transportation network contains one-way segments, then problems can occur, especially when a transportation network contains the highways which have separated one-way lanes. For example, if we start from here to here and find path, you will find that you are directed to get into the highway by using an off-ramp. This could be measuring, so it doesn't work. In order to find a reasonable path, then you need to set up the one-way field. If one-way road segments exist in a transportation network. Let me show you by using another layer that has the one-way information. Let me close the map and create a new one. Load the database, and I know that the UTM screen layer has the one-way information. Let me change the color of the layer. This layer has two additional columns in the attribute table. So there's a one-way and there's minutes. The one-way contains information about whether a road segment is one-way or two ways, or if it is one way, then whether the traffic flow direction is against or follow the physical direction of the road. So if a road segment is two-way, then the value can be just blank or 0. If it's one-way and the traffic direction follows the physical direction of the road segment, then number 1 is used to indicate this direction. Otherwise, if a road segment is one way and the traffic direction is against the physical direction of the road, then -1 need to be used to indicate the direction. So I do have some -1s, but it's too just hard to find them in the big table. Okay, this minute field was calculated based on the road segment length and the speed. I have demonstrated how to calculate minutes in video 6. If you don't have a one-way field, then you can create one by right-clicking on the heading or the header of any column and create new field, and then use the editing tool to edit the values of the one-way road segments. For example, let me start an editing session and select a road segment. This road segment is one-way road segment, and the red square here indicates the end node. So this is the starting node and this is the end node of the road. So physical direction of this segment is from south to north, and I know the traffic direction is also from south to north. This is the one-way street segment. So the one-way value needs to be 1. So it's 1. This is correct. I don't have to change it. So let me stop editing. Now let me show you how the one-way works in pathfinding. If we plan a trip, here we load the geocoder. So from 888 South Lone Star Trail to 6688 East Well Drive. find path. So this is perfect. If you look at, especially if you look at the 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 section that shows you how to get into the highway, this is amazingly accurate. So you take this local street and get into the highway by taking this ramp and this loop, and get to the destination also correctly by get off the highway from this ramp and take the locals to get to the destination. So if the ramp is closed for maintenance, for example, if this ramp is closed, we can set a barrier here by using this set barrier tool to click a road segment to set a barrier. Let me redo that trip. So from 888 South Lone Star Trail to 6688 East Road Drive, find the path. Now, as you can see, that this time you are directed to take another ramp to get into the highway. So you need to go south and go to the Flagstaff Airport exit to get into the highway, get into Interstate 17, and then transfer to Interstate 40 to get to the destination. This is amazing. What about if the let me set another barrier. If this highway, if there is a roadwork on the highway and this segment is is blocked, so let me do that. Find the path. Now this time, you are not going to take the highway in this segment. So you need to take the locals and then get into the highway by the bottom entrance, and get off the road here. So to remove a barrier, you can use the remove barrier tool to remove a barrier, or click this clear all barriers to remove all the barriers. So this is how to set up a transportation network, and how to find the best routes